6 years. 6 years of this shit. 6 years of the same old start, stop to pushes. 6 years of carnage, mayhem, stuff that just doesn't make sense. I've been watching it since the beginning, and it is no different than what it is today. I'm not going to sit here and say that AEW is not good for the business. It really changed a lot. And they have some great superstars over there. Wait, excuse me. They have some great wrestlers over there that with a little bit of guidance, a little bit of nurturing, like an OVW or an FCW, like Kyle Fletcher, he will be awesome over there. But what has this show really done? It has not progressed forward as far as a business is concerned. It went back. This place has a lot of people over here. They had a lot of great moments. They had a lot of great matches, but that's what this place is a place to put on good matches. When it comes to storylines and finishing them, starting them, this place is not for that. This place is a company where if you want to make some good money while not doing hardly anything, this is the place for you. I mean, look at MJF. Yes, he got married, but man, I wouldn't go on a honeymoon right now. Like, I wouldn't go on a honeymoon. Not when these people need you. The man don't care. Swerve and Osprey hurt. Countless of others. I don't know what we're doing here, but it's 6 years of the same old shit. Now, I would say this. Speaking of storylines, this intrigued me because the Young Bucks, they lost the status of EVPs and they're broke and they don't have no money like that, which we know they do, but it's storyline, so you got to distill your disbelief, okay? But I have to give them credit because they're trying something. First thing out the gate, I'm like, okay. So Nicholas and Matt, they're back, and they want to make this 6-year explosive. So they are in Hollywood, Florida. I love fucking Florida. So they're in Hollywood, Florida, and Nick, I can't remember which one, but he says that he has pyro, he has this, he has that. It's going to make it the best intro for them because they're the founding fathers. But the other brother is like, you know what, cuz? We at the casino, we finna spin this shit. Let's run it. So he went to the casino. He look at him, he just gambling. He just hitting it wrong. Dragging the lean. He just having a good old time in there spending all that money. And in the process of going to the casino, sometimes the house always wins. If Ocean's 11 taught you anything, is that the house always wins. So he loses the money, and then his brother comes up and he's like, hey man, I just got through with the talking to the production people down there, cuz. Look, man, this thing finna be lit. We finna have streamers, we finna have cocaine, we finna have all that shit, cuz, because we are the executive EPPs, cuz. All that shit. Pyro gonna be way bigger than Wrestlepalooza's ever was, cuz. Hey, you gonna like this, cuz. And they got chimichangas in the back. They got them all up in the back, cuz. I'm so happy. Give me this fucking money. Hold on. The fuck? What'd you do with the money, nigga? I like that. I'm intrigued to see where this goes. Where are they going to take this stuff? This ain't nothing but be a BTE episode, but it's just on national TV. And I think if they could implement that into their characters, because that's where their characters are. Their characters are not supposed to be taken seriously as professional wrestlers. They're goofballs. In the early stages of AEW, I used to like watching BTE if they could take those characters that they have on there and they can put this to TV, they'll come back and they'll be likable and they'll be the Young Bucks again. But right now, it's not really clicking. So to kick off the show, we have more of gymnastics, more playing around. This is what this company is. They're in the exact same position as when they started. Nothing happens, goofball. Look, you just go in here and just have fun. It's just a place where you go and have fun. Look, these people waiting for their spots. Oh, hey, you want to do it? You want to do it? Look at them. Hey, tag him in. This is not a serious wrestling company. This is a wrestling company that's like I say it all the time. This is a independent, highly funded wrestling promotion. Look, move the cords out the way because he's finna do the jump. I just want to have fun, cuz. I appreciate wrestling for what it is, man, and I appreciate AEW. I say a lot of shit about them, and I'm right. It's not just me saying it. Jim Cornette says it. Bleacher Report says it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. This place could really be something if they have a booker and have somebody that can really run this place. Kenny Omega is shot. Like he can't do this shit without being in a tag team match because he blows up. This man's been beaten. This man put his life on the line. All of that shit for the greater good. One wing fairy. Yeet. You know what I mean? So after the match, Kenny gives a rah-rah speech about how this is 6 years, Thank you for the ride. I bid you adieu. Mwah, bang, all that shit. And in comes somebody, and I thought that this person was Chris Jericho. For some reason, I thought Chris Jericho, and I was going to be like, man, this is something. This is something. I thought it was Chris Jericho, but no. It is Andrade. Andrade went back. And there's the thing is like, would AEW take him back? Would he take him back after all of that shit that happened backstage and all that shit? He took him back. So this guy openly punches Sammy Guevara in the face, beats his ass, got sent home. Keep your money. We'll still pay you while you at home. They fired him. He went to WWE. He didn't do shit over there. Them folks in WWE had buyer's remorse, somebody said over there. So his ass is right back over in AEW. So you can bring him back, but I don't know. But Andrade is over there. But what begs the question, why? This is where Tony just doesn't know anything about putting people where they need to be. So Andrade comes back and he beats up Kenny, and then the next thing you know, he joins Don Callis. He joins his stable full of nobodies. A stable full of just fucking losers. So, I don't know. He's no better off than when he left AEW the first time. This is what I'm saying. Instead of bringing him back and having him in a hot angle with Kenny Omega, he's like, bro, I want to be the next world champion. Like, I'm tired of this shit. Like, I can be something. And he can. But maybe his attitude is the reason. So they brings him back to AEW. Let's give it another go. You know what? This was a move, and I got to give it to Tony. No matter how I look at it, it was a good surprise because I wasn't expecting it. Like I said, I thought it was Jericho. And this is another thing that I wondered too. Jericho was your first AEW world champion. He was the person that was pulling in close to 1 million viewers. He was the biggest name that you had at the time when this company got started. And he was nowhere on this show. This tells me that Jericho is going to WWE. Because he didn't even want to come back to be a part of this. And I don't blame him. Speaking of which, MJF is not here. One of your big top stars is not here. He doesn't even want this stench on him. At a time where AEW needs someone, and MJF is that someone, but he was booked to go up against Mark Briscoe. And now I want to see where this goes. Because MJF did the job for somebody else, and now he's gone. Every time he does jobs for people that he really doesn't want to do, they never capitalize on it. Look at what happened to Wardlow. When Wardlow beat him at that pay-per-view, the only thing that they can talk about is how MJF called Tony Khan a fucking mark the week after. And then he was gone. And then he went away again when he got engaged the first time, and then that relationship didn't work out, and then he was gone. Then he came back, and now he got married, and now he's gone again. Maybe he's filming another movie. I don't know. Edge gone. All this shit, bro. You need people to come in, and you think MJF is gonna be like, yeah, I just want to stick around for this shit. They don't want that stench on them. But good for Andrade. He's back. He ain't got to worry about Charlotte no more. The women's division has taken a turn. I don't understand. How many more times is this woman going to come out here in black and white and turn into this crazy person who lost the title and trying to act? He's trying to add dynamics to his show. But you got to have the right person to do that. Now, if Megan Bain was the one to have this woman like this doubting herself, that would make sense if you built her up as such. Someone like, what's her face? Camille. She would have been another one if she was built up right. But Chris Statlander did a Uno reverse card at the pay-per-view and pinned this woman for her title. And now this woman wants to get a championship back. So this is going to set up a match between them two at Wrestle Dream. It's not good. So Chris Statlander is going to turn heel. Her and Darby Allin beat them folks, beat the Death Riders in the main event. I don't understand. But hey, they'll put on a good match at Wrestle Dream. Change, the more things still stay the same. Is that the quote? Is that how it goes? You got Orange Cassidy, wheel his ass out there, let him do what he do, which is like, I think when he's serious, he's a good professional wrestler. When he's serious and he's not with this joking shit, he's a real good pro wrestler. But it's not the case here. Orange Cassidy lost. Hologram, monogram cost him the match. The evil hologram cost him the match because the real hologram, he's hurt. You won't see him for a very long time. So this is 6 years. 6 years of the same old shit. You know, if anything, this should have been the main event of the night. Your world champion in there with trios champions. I don't know, but one of them got hurt, so they just holding belts. And instead of Hangman defending that championship last week against Lee Moriarty, how about he defends the world championship this week on Dynamite? But no, just got to put him in another 6-man tag, right? Now, Hangman, he getting fed up with this shit. Somewhere in this match, him and Joe, they're not cooperating, which is evident towards the end of the match when they won the match. And Joe, he was celebrating, and then Hangman, get this shit, nigga. The fuck? Shit, it's all about this right here. Fuck that little fucking trio championship. Look at how Joe look. He's like, hey, can you believe this? Can you believe this? You just gonna shove that shit on me? Okay, so Hobbs and them are backstage. Hobbs trying to calm down. Hobbs like, chill out, G. So Renee is asking him about Hangman, and Joe was like, said it plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I spent too much time trying to fight the Death Riders instead of trying to win back the world title. You fucking think. But we need to build to Wrestle Dream. So Hangman threw out the challenge to Samoa Joe. The champion is challenging people over here. So Joe was like, maybe you forgot who the fuck I am. I'm going to teach you that at Wrestle Dream. Because guess what? I'm Samoa Joe, and I'm going to beat your motherfucking ass. So the main event of this show was Darby Allin and Chris Statlander versus Wheeler Useless and Roddy Strong's wife, Marina Shafir. Kill Yuta. Wow. This was just, I don't know. It was a match filled with everything you could think of, dives and things like that. This is the main event for the 6-year anniversary. I couldn't believe what I was watching. Chris Statlander desperately needs to put down people to solidify her reign as champion. It'll be something if you built up Marina Shafir to go up against Chris Statlander. That would have been a nice title defense for her. And that would have given Marina something. Instead of this indie garbage shit that you see each and every fucking week. What more can you do? Let me just throw your feet down in thumbtacks. But this is what it was all about. Darby Allin and them won. Chris Statlander. I mean, she's a great wrestler, but she just should have been on a win streak before she got the title. That's my only gripe with it. So after the match, they look at each other. They smile. Look at Darby Allin in the background saying, like, the fuck? So they look at each other. This is the match that's going to be taking place at Wrestle Dream. Who do you think is going to win? Whenever Toni Storm loses that championship, she wins it back quickly. I think that this should have been built a little bit longer. You could have had Toni Storm week after week just crumble down and break down. Let Chris Statlander just be out here by herself. Let her go on and put people down and get her title reign up. And then at World's End, you have this match right here. Build up a story. Because this girl has been here for 6 years, and she is the exact same as when she first started. The only difference is that she's just a champion now. They just put the belt on her just because you've been here for 6 years. It's a lot of participation awards going out on this show. So they're looking at each other, and you already know what they're finna do. Who's the heel and who's the baby face here? That shit matters. And then this man gets into the ring and he's just whipping them. I mean, whipping this shit out of them. Bitch! Wheeler Yuta is nowhere near the level. I don't know. He's the same, just like all of them. And just like this man right here. Pac is the same. He just got a different haircut. Which begs the question, why isn't he on this show? You could have had a match with Pac and Darby Allin, and you could have done the exact same thing right here. I don't get it. 6 years. Is it going to be around for another 6 years? Is it going to be around for another 6 years? It's like, looking at this, you'll be like, oh, man, I'm so sad. I'm like, it's still the same. You see this all the time. It was AEW. 6 years of the same old shit.